Hey Angel, how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful, Jennifer. Good to see you.
Yeah, same to you. I've really been looking forward to this interview today.
It's
Fantastic.
been it's been long overdue. I mean, our calendars are so booked, you and I, it's obvious we're busy.
It's been a busy year. So tell me about AmeriLife of Greensboro. What do you do there?
So my name is Angel Guerrero. I am the branch leader here at our AmeriLife of Greensboro. We are an insurance brokerage firm. We work with every company that you can think of that's taking care of people's Medicare, takes care of folks in life insurance, health insurance, dental, vision, all the areas that people look to, life insurance, and all areas that help them from the point of birth all the way to the point of retirement and beyond. So we just want to make sure that people, as we say, never outlive their money if they're insuring their money with us. And also to, no matter what life hits them in the face with, that they can actually have an insurance company taking care of that.
Fantastic. That is definitely a very useful proposal you have there. How long have you been doing this?
So I've been in the industry now 3 years,
Okay.
and very, very fantastic industry. It's changed in just these
It
three
is
years, of course.
very well. And so, what is your role in all this? How do you connect with your clients and bring them value?
So in this day and age, unfortunately, I mean, you hear the word pandemic over and over, but it has driven a wedge in certainty. You know, a lot of
Sure.
folks, young or old, are really uncertain about what's going to be the future. Thankfully, in the world of insurance, we can say the word guarantee. And that's what
Right.
people are looking for. Can I guarantee that I'm going to get this, or this benefit? Or is it going to be there when things really get bad? And in our case, in our industry, the answer is yes. So we're in the
Yeah.
world of protection. We're in the world of helping folks, letting somebody else carry the burden, meaning me, so that they can continue having peace of mind when it comes to their
Absolutely.
lifestyle and the
Somebody
things
wants
that.
some sense of certainty in times that are uncertain. So that makes sense that you can deliver that. That's fantastic. And
Mhm.
your clientele base, how do people contact you? Do you just work with the same clientele or do you get new clientele? How do they get you?
One of the really cool things that I've done is really tapped into the market. I'm bilingual, so I have two markets that I
Oh,
work on at the
wonderful.
same
Okay.
time, Spanish and English. And realistically, they're looking for folks that speak plain English. I mean, the world of insurance and especially the world of healthcare can be daunting. There's just too many legalese
Yeah,
words, as
it
I
really
call them.
is.
And even in your industry, there's a lot of legalese. So they're looking for somebody that just puts it in plain English and
Right.
make
Shoot it
sure
to you
that they're
straight.
there. I'm not just
Absolutely.
a one-time sale and I just leave and you never see me again. That's not the way I work. I connect with my clients. I work with them, their families, their generations. I want to make sure that I am the person that's on their fridge, basically, not just as a business card, but as actually part of the family. So
Support.
they like that. So the referrals to us is really a big deal. But also we've been in the market for over 50 years, actually.
Wow.
AmeriLife's really old, and I'm not that old, thankfully, with them, but I am 50. However, they've gone above and beyond to build
Sure.
credibility. It's a $3 billion company, so it's really large, and thus they've tapped into the economy here in the US, and they do a lot of marketing for us as well. So we're out there. We're just not people. What we say usually, if they've never heard of AmeriLife, it just means perhaps they haven't aged in to
Yeah.
us just yet, or they haven't had a need just yet. So we're not that independent individual. We work with a team. Just in my office alone here, 30 amazing brains. So if I don't know the answer, one text, one little quick email, and I'll have 30 people giving me the answer. That's how quick it is. So we have a lot of resources to offer the community.
I, for one, feel that AmeriLife, the name itself, it's like a household name. It almost like rings a bell. It delivers the value in the name itself because you kind of recognize it already. But more so importantly, you deliver a personal service that kind of stands out. How do you explain that?
The personal thing is really, I want to talk less and listen more. It's an old adage, but it really makes a lot of sense. A lot of folks get sold a lot of things,
Sure.
but most of the time they're sold things that they really perhaps never even needed.
People don't want to be
So,
sold
so
anymore.
right, exactly. So my goal is just like you know, when somebody tells you they want 3 bedrooms, what does that mean? What does that look like? Why 3 bedroom? You're going to ask
You
those
have to
questions.
ask the questions.
Exactly. So for me, when somebody says, well, I want dental insurance, I want vision, I want a good healthcare plan with my
So many
Medicare.
different layers that you have
Oh
to.
my gosh. I mean, that is the broadest umbrella you can say.
Sure,
So
sure.
then at that point, I'm getting very personal with them, and they
Yeah.
like that I'm asking those deeper questions.
Which
And
shows
I
that you
love
care.
to, yeah. And I
Absolutely.
love to ask why. I'm a big why, just like a little kid, 2 years old. Why? And it
I
really
love it.
helps them, because then even they answer their own question and like, you know what, I really don't think I need that. So I may be the anti-salesperson, because I'll actually talk my way out, because I don't want them to spend on something
Right.
that means nothing to them. I want them to take their hard-earned dollars, and especially if they're retirees where now they're on a fixed income,
Oh
I
yeah,
want to make
absolutely.
sure that it goes the distance, outlives them, not them outliving their money. So that's where I come in to really make sure what's going on. And when we get that personality going and we talk about specific things like that, I'm there easily for 90 minutes, 2 hours, and realize
Sure.
I got to go, but I'm there constantly. I'm not that one time and I'm done. No, we're going to continue going. And we have a lot of resources here. So for folks that are hurting with income, folks that have lost their jobs, folks that they've had some separations, divorce,
Sure.
or they've lost a loved one. We want to make sure that they're taken care of. So we have resources as a company to make sure that they can tap into the community they live in, those companies, nonprofits, people that already serve these folks, but they
Yep.
never knew the number. They never knew to ask. So we go above and beyond where we're servicing them, not necessarily just going in there to do the presentation. So
Right.
it's really a much more personalized look at how they're doing.
Well, people don't really want to know how much you can tell them until they know how much you care about them. So I love
Mhm.
your passion for the industry and your drive to really genuinely want to help people. What else do you want to say to people that are kind of just shopping around, where you can kind of stand out against some others?
Well, what we try to tell folks is we represent everybody. That really is a big statement,
Sure.
and it's just because of our longevity and our partnerships with so many companies. So that means that we don't have a bias to any company, and that's big,
Right.
because if I just represented one company, I'm trying to fit you in that box.
Yeah.
In this case, far from the truth. We want to make sure what it is that you're looking for, what you need, and I'll be the first one to tell you if there really is not a solution, but I know where you probably can get that. And then that's where it differentiates us from that. If you've ever seen the Santa Claus story, or I forgot, the Miracle on 34th
Sure.
Street, the black and white version.
Right.
That is one of my favorite stories, because when you look at Macy's and what they were doing at the time, at least it was dramatized there, they were trying to service the community. So they had this big book. And so when there was no product that they could sell at their store, they said, oh, look at this, Gimbals has it at this price. And the people were
Fantastic.
stunned. They were like, oh my gosh, you're sending me to your competitor.
I love
And
that
they're like, yeah,
analogy.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have the same type of philosophy. We're trying to help folks in their
Right.
choices for their insurance needs. And that means that we go above and beyond just looking at ourselves. We go above and beyond, look at everything else that they're in charge of. So I'll be the first
Sure.
one always to tell them, hey, what you got there is just right. There's no need to change a thing. Or the opposite. Whoa, this is not good for you. Here's why. And now let me offer you a solution. So it's really customized and
Right.
personalized to them. That's what I bring to the table.
I love it. Anything else about your industry that you want to add before we dive into our next subject?
Well, if there's people right now that are getting inundated with tons of mail about insurance, I mean, we see it all the time,
Oh yeah.
solicitations and everything else. We'd love to sit down and chat with you. We'd love to see what it is that you're looking for, because you're getting that mail. And then for my Medicare folks, my retirees, if they're on here right now, we know what period we're in. We're in that Medicare
Right.
annual election period. We help that every year for the last 50 years. We're experts at it. So I'm more than happy to sit down to go over those updates with folks to make sure that they're in the right place at the right time for next year.
Perfect.
So we're ready to talk with the young and the old and make sure that, again, they have peace of mind when it comes to those really big decisions and big things that can easily hit us in the
Yeah.
face when we're not looking.
Fantastic. You make some excellent points. So great news for people that are, maybe considering that type of thing. And then now we want to shift gears a little bit and talk to maybe just the triad in general, or maybe our fellow business people, and talk to them about why it's so important to stay visible and stay in touch with
Mhm.
your audience, right?
Absolutely. There's a big trend. We were talking about that earlier. I call it backstage before we started.
Sure.
And realistically, there was a really big thing we talked about. One was commercials, TV commercials. I don't know
Ugh,
about you, but
I've
I
had
turn the
enough.
channel, I get up, grab a sandwich, a drink. I mean, I'm not looking at a commercial. And we're
Right.
inundated, especially now with election period, that just drives you insane.
Noisy.
Uh, then, of course, there's the other extreme, which is infomercials, which, of
Right.
course, a whole hour of trying to sell a product. I mean,
No
that's just
thanks.
tens of thousands of dollars to try and make money. It's a big industry. But now, because of pandemic, we're in the middle somewhere where people still
True.
want to see us, but they don't want to see a commercial. They want to see something more authentic, more natural. And
Natural.
thus,
Yeah.
here we are. Here we
Here we
are
are.
doing a Zoom meeting, a video conferencing
A
call,
genuine
chatting about.
conversation about your
Yep,
industry versus my industry. As
yep.
everyone knows, I'm not a reporter. Obviously, I'm a real estate agent. I created the Facebook group so I could support other businesses and bring value to people that are watching. So Angel and I are here today to do just exactly that. We talked about video and how it brings an authenticity and a genuineness to our viewers, and our fellow business people are catching on to it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Bakers, mechanics,
Mhm.
all industries that are service related, relationship related, like mine and yours, or
Yep.
even product related. We're doing Facebook Live, we're doing content videos, we're doing personality videos just to show
Yeah.
our authenticness. And I think that shines through with our personalities. And Angel here has amazing confidence about his business, and he talks so highly about his clientele. He really wants to help. And I think that's what's important to shine through in the videos.
Yeah, right now what's happened is because of the distancing, there's a lot of folks that still are worried about connecting. So our
Right.
industry, like many others, we started doing this little box here and talking to folks via video. We started to obviously chat on the phone. So in the beginning, when things started, this office was empty. I mean, it was just
Right.
two of us and our manager, nobody else here. Then suddenly people started to get a little more confident, wearing our masks and walking into homes and talking with them, being very respectful to the distance and the time and everything else. But it became the new normal. And I hate to use
Right.
that coin because it's been used to death, but it is our life has changed. So for a business owner perspective, there's really two big things that never change. One is visibility. We just
Right.
talked about it. You still have to be visible. But the second thing is really just reach out to all those folks that you've talked to and touched over the years. If you're a brand new business owner, then this is where you start. You get a fresh start. But if you've been around for a little bit, the best thing to do is start reconnecting with all of them. I mean, for 3 months straight, I was calling every single one of our folks
Right.
and just saying, how have you been? Are you getting your medicines? Are you getting your groceries? Is there anybody keeping tabs on you? Your church group?
Right.
Is there anybody coming in
We
to
really just
just say
started to
hi?
support each other and connect with
Yeah,
each other through video, through phone calls. But the video became the new normal because, frankly, we don't have to wear a mask and you can still see our smile. You can see
that's
our
it.
facial expressions. You can see our gestures. We were
Mhm.
just pointing out a minute ago that Angel uses his hands a lot. And I just found out I use the word way too often. But
Yeah,
it's real,
if
and
you
that's the
speed it
real
up, yeah.
me. If I show up and I'm going to show you a house, you're going to meet the same exact person that I am right here in the video. So I think it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just fantastic because again, branding is everything. So that's part of our new brand is how do we sound on this video. So there's a lot of people and I keep track of the financial world, of course, and there's a lot of people in the financial industry that have done little simple videos, little
Sure.
teaching notes, little educationals, just sharing how
Little
they're
how-tos. You can shoot a
coping.
video about, the common mistakes in your industry, or the, top 3 favorite things that your customers are looking for, or just anything to show your value and your authority in your industry, whether it's, products and services, or whether it's
Mhm.
relationship based like this. So I think the
Yeah.
important thing is the community can see that we're continuing to bring value, and we're committed to making a legitimate effort to connecting and supporting the triad.
Yeah, and just like you've done, which I applaud you because You've done a fantastic job. We're over 2,500 people that are on this group. But here's the next evolution of this group, right? Because now everybody's gathered together in a safe place. So while you're looking at this video, go ahead and just share stuff. Just go ahead and compliment, go ahead and talk about, ask questions on this group.
Ask Angel some questions about his industry. Ask me some questions about my industry. Get that dialogue going, and let's continue to connect and support each other.
Yeah, I've shared this with Jennifer. You know, she's of course a real estate agent, very knowledgeable. And I said, well, yeah, send me some of the stuff that you got on sale. I'm going to be in the market in the next few months. So let's go ahead and start. And she's been non-salesy, not aggressive. She did exactly what I asked her to do. And guess what? You know, that tells me already what level that person is. The last thing you want to do in this pandemic time is get desperate, because a person like me, a consumer, will know that you're getting desperate. Will know that
don't try to sell. Now is just not the time. Show your support, and I think that's more important than trying to sell right now. If you're given the right message, they will come to you.
Yeah, and think of your industry. AmeriLife did something that I thought was really cool this year, and even pre-pandemic, but it made more sense now. Was basically every time we talk to our folks and actually help them to engage in the Medicare program. Part of what we did on our website actually gets donated to harvest banks across the US. So that kind of helps, because we got a lot of people unemployed. We got a lot of people in danger of losing their home and buying groceries. So we said, hey, this is a simple way to take the billions of dollars that we make, a portion of it, and give it back to the United States, our communities, our homes across America. So think about that way. Think about giving first before you necessarily start to do your normal thing, because it doesn't take that much time or effort, and that will speak volumes about your character than if you're just going out there and knocking on more doors or making more phone calls. I mean, you start to put yourself in a little like dungeon almost, and nobody will know you. But if you're out there helping the community, we got a lot of organizations right now that need hands and feet to actually help. So this is a great way that you can start to gain the consumers' confidence when you start to help out. So I think that's really one thing that everybody can start to do right away in their own home, just going ahead and donating some time.
I couldn't agree with you more. Well said. And what an excellent message. Did we miss anything in terms of supporting the other businesses?
Well, right now, I guess, again, try to share what's going on. Don't get, kind of in this embarrassing thing where you're like, well, I don't know if I want to share that. I want to tell people that kind of I'm hurting. No.
No, be authentic.
2,500 brains are on this group that have solutions, that have gotten past the humps, that have thrived, that are moving along. Tap those brains. It doesn't cost a dime. Tap those brains.
We're here for you.
It doesn't make sense to stay in the little cubby somewhere. Go ahead and tell folks what's on your mind, what's going on. Share it, and again, just respect the rules of our group. We do have just a few of them, not too bad.
Stay
but
positive.
Just go ahead and share that. Share your testimonies, people that you're serving that have gotten
Give a video review.
Because of you. Yeah, give a video review if you serve somebody like we're doing here.
Cheer each other on. Support their pages by following, liking, and sharing. Comment on their stuff. I think it's all about the, hands across America, just down to the basics, positivity, respect for others. It's not just about networking. It's about support.
And just let us know if there's something else that you need or some resource. That's an ask, just ask it. You'd be surprised. I mean, I asked on the group a long time ago about a mechanic that specialized in a particular item, and I had like 6 or 7 replies right away.
Fantastic.
That was fabulous. I
love it.
said, wow, what a resource. I can definitely enjoy this. I'm excited that we
invite others to enjoy in the fun, because it's not all business. We really try to show some support and positivity.
Yeah. But thank you so much, Jennifer. I really do mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm so appreciative of the time that you've taken to get our folks together in our community in the Triad, so that when we're out of this mess, it's just going to be a booming time for 2021.
I really
firmly
think the
believe
group will
that.
continue to grow and thrive. And I just hope that people will continue to contribute, because whenever I need support, honestly, I come here and I can just ask a question and feel so much better afterwards. So I think that
Yeah.
the positivity is contagious. I appreciate your contributions.
Thank you. Appreciate everything. You guys have a great, fantastic
All
week.
right, everyone, have a great day. Thank you, Angel.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
And I'll be in touch with you, definitely. Like I said,
Definitely.
just on the business perspective, all the houses you've been sending, you know, your kind of lists, they look fantastic. So probably December is
Perfect.
when we're out of the season that I'm here right now. And then we'll maybe sit down with you and just go over some details, you know, your guides and checklists. We've looked at that. So we've been following along with that a wee bit, so that we're on target.
There might be a few videos out there that have a little bit of walking you through the process.
Yeah, and that's cool. But I have confidence. That's where your expertise. I just bring the
Awesome.
paperwork, and you do your part, and I'm all happy with that. That's how I
Excellent.
work with folks. Let the experts handle their side, and I just got to bring whatever you tell me to bring. So we'll get there. December looks like the time. Once we're done with this AEP, I can go ahead and begin that. But if there's anything you need, just let me know. Be happy to help.
Absolutely.
I know we've talked very few texts, but when you get ready to have some conversation, just let me know. We'll grab a coffee or something and
I'm
sit
getting
down.
there.
All
Thank
right,
you.
fantastic.
All right, I'll see you.